brought to you by The Grind. Go ahead and check us out on all social media at The Grind Calls. Instagrams, Twitters, TikToks. Our TikToks are fire. Go check them out. And also don't forget to go check out thegrindcalls.com, where we like to celebrate the things that we love by bringing you pop culture positivity. So a little bit of housekeeping just so you guys know. As you can tell, studio not looking the same, looking a little bare, looking a little boring. I know, I get it. Here's the thing. In the process of moving. Am I going to have another studio? I don't know, but I do know I have to be out of this studio, so that sucks. It does. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to keep doing our best to bring you all the pop culture positivity that we can. And yeah, so it's, we're going to do what we can. Also, I do, since I am in the process of moving, I do not have my computer right in front of me, so there might be some times I gotta, use the old phone, look up some things, so I do apologize about that, but it is what it is. We're making do, we're bringing the content, we're bringing the positivity, we are answering the call for another movie review. Do not forget that every time that we have another movie review, these are spoilers. We're going to be talking spoilers, we're going to talk about what happened in the film, we're going to talk about post-credits, we're going to talk about whatever it is that we need to talk about to get through the film, and it's going to be spoiler heavy. So if you have not seen the movie, then you're going to want to press pause, come back, and we'll talk about it later. Alright, we are taking a look at Eternals, the newest film from Marvel Studios, the newest part of the MCU. So I was really excited for this. My rewatch didn't have a lot. I only watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2 and Infinity War and Endgame. That was my rewatch for Eternals. I really did enjoy going back through the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I always do. I always love rewatching the MCU. Before Endgame, I did an entire rewatch. I mean, everything from the Netflix characters to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., everything in chronological order. Runaways, Cloak and Dagger, everything. Inhumans, all of it. That was one hell of a rewatch. But, right now, when there's not like a big Avengers movie, it's just another MCU movie, I try to only watch the ones that pertain to the movie I'm watching. So this one, I didn't know much, so I threw in Guardians, and I threw in Infinity War and Endgame because they talk about it in the trailers. So, turns out it was a pretty good rewatch. Nothing else really, it didn't really connect to anything else in the MCU. That reminds me, if I have not said it already, spoilers. We are going to talk spoilers in this, including the post-credit scenes. So if you have not seen Eternals, you're going to want to hang back, press pause, go watch it, come back and watch this. So, one and only warning, spoilers coming up. I might have already said that. I don't remember. Sometimes I trip out. Anyway. So, Eternals is the tale of this celestial named Ermish, who created is creating worlds, and as they grow, he sent in these deviants to, kind of help control the population and make the right, but the deviants started to become too aggressive. They started to become apex predators, killing off everything that the Celestials needed the planets to have. So the Celestials then made the Eternals. And the Eternals come in to fight the Deviants. Now, they're not allowed to mess with anything else in humanity, which is why, they didn't help out with any wars, which is why they weren't there for Infinity War or any of that. They are not allowed to do anything unless the Deviants are involved. So no Deviants, no Eternals. And this movie kind of tells the tale of the Eternals finding out that their purpose is to get worlds ready to destroy and birth a new celestial. Well, as you can imagine, it doesn't sit well with some of them when they find this out, which leads to conflict, struggle, and all that. Basically, this movie is a lot about the personal experiences of these characters while they're dealing with this revelation. They're finding out that they are just created. They weren't born, they were created basically to usher a civilization a planet full of civilizations to its doom altogether. And in the end, they fight it off and all that good stuff. So that's your basic plot. Now, the movie itself it's fun. I think fun might not be the right word. It's a good movie. It's very entertaining. It kept me enthralled in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You could definitely tell this is a Marvel Cinematic Universe film. Like, it fits in there. It is very slow at times, especially in the beginning. I think they probably could have cut maybe about 30 minutes, or maybe even started at 45 minutes in, and I think it would have flowed a little bit better. I think that was the biggest issue there is pacing of this film, because everyone in it is absolutely incredible. Now I'm going to have to look up this cast again because I don't know some of their names, and it's just crazy. So the main plot rests on Gemma Chan, who plays Cersei, who is kind of like the heart and soul of these Eternals, and she is the one that takes over after Salma Hayek's Ajax passes. And that was one other negative thing I had, is I didn't like that I think we underutilized Salma Hayek. Like, we really could have seen more of her. Richard Madden plays Icarus, who is kind of ends up being the central protagonist, as he is the one that wants to go ahead and go through with letting the people and everyone die on planet Earth. Kumail Nanjiani as Kingo, Leah McHugh as Sprite, who was so good, Brian Tyree Henry as Fastos, and let me tell you, Brian Tyree Henry, Paperboy, who I love. Anything he does, I'm all in, man. And so he did great in this. Lauren Ridolph as Maki, so this is her power is speed. And this is the best use of the Flash we've ever seen. This is better than any of the X-Men Quicksilvers, which are fantastic. Better than Quicksilver in the MCU. Better than any Flash we've seen on screen, whether it be Ezra Miller or Grant Gustin. The speed, the way they use her speed is so much cooler than anything that we've ever seen in cinematic films. We also have Barry Keoghan as Druig, who, early on when he kind of leaves the group, I kind of thought he was gonna end up being the bad guy. How we're supposed to agree with him, I don't understand, because he's kind of controlling an entire town for centuries, and we're just supposed to be okay with that. Like, he was a little bit off for me. But, it is what it is there. Don Lee as Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh was a breakout character. While the movie firmly sits on Gemma Chan's shoulders, what was his name? Don Lee really carries a lot of the heart of the film. And I was really disappointed to see him go out as soon as he did. Or, not really soon. He kind of made it through a good chunk of the film. But seeing him go out, I was disappointed, because I really could have loved to see a Gilgamesh versus Hulk fight somewhere in the future. Kit Harington here as Dane Whitman, aka the Black Knight, which we'll get to when we get the post-credit scenes, and Angelina Jolie as Thena, so aka the Goddess of War, whatever. So everyone in the movie, fantastic. I loved. Everyone did a great job with what they were given. But the movie itself just seems to not be anywhere. Like, I know that we're going into the cosmos and we're setting up a bigger universe, but this is the first time that I've watched a Marvel film and be like, okay, this really is just to set something else up, to kind of usher in a new era. A lot of people say Age of Ultron did that, but I didn't feel that way at all. I thought Age of Ultron had a lot of underlining messages I really enjoyed. But this one just kind of felt slow and basic, and we're going to set up the universe. Now, that's not saying it's not a good movie. It is a very good movie. The action sequences are awesome. These fights, they feel like MCU fights, but they still feel really cool. Watching the different powers and all these people work together, really, really awesome. And again, like I said, everyone in the movie is so good that it's still very entertaining, even though it's kind of slow. Even in the slow parts, you find yourself really getting sucked in at moments before the tone kind of pulls you out of it. So it's really a back and forth kind of thing there. Now, what we really want to talk about here, what means the most to the MCU, are the post-credit scenes. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. These are some deep cuts. I do not know a lot about some of these characters. When the Avengers came out and we first see Thanos at the end, I had no clue who Thanos was or what he meant to the world. So I had to go do some research and find out. Because while I am a nerd, I am not a super nerd. I do not know the deep cuts. I know movies. I know television shows. I didn't read comics as a kid. I watched Spider-Man growing up. I watched Batman growing up. I watched the X-Men growing up. I watched all these things. I never read the comics. So I am, when it comes to these deeper cuts, I kind of don't know. And if anyone wants to come on one day and kind of talk to me and teach me some of these things, I would absolutely love to have anyone on. Just reach out, hit those DMs, let us know, get down in the comments. If you know someone you'd like to see on here, let us know. But, so we get Pip the Troll. Well, at the end of the movie, Athena, Makari, and Druig, who are off in their ship looking for other Eternals to kind of open their eyes and let them know what their purposes are and where they need to stop and all that. They cannot get a hold of Cersei, Phastos, or Kingo, who are all back on Earth, and they have been taken by Aramesh to face judgment for killing the Celestial who was going to come out of Earth. And so they think they need to go back. And then they are visited by, deep cut, Pip the Troll. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, is that Pip the Troll? Who I only know by name. I don't know much about him, but I just know the name Pip the Troll. Voiced by Patton Oswalt, which was a great... Patton in any MCU thing is fantastic. And he is joined by Thanos' brother, Eros, played by Harry Styles, who is very pretty. And he says he's there to help them. He's another Eternal, and he's going to help them. Star Fox. Eros, aka Star Fox. What does this mean going forward? I honestly do not know. The Eternals will return. We know that because post-credits it said Eternals will return. Will we get an Eternals 2, or could we get Harry Styles and Pip the Troll on a Disney Plus series? I think that's a much better route for the Eternals to go. While the movie was good, I think doing a series, a Disney Plus series, would benefit this property a little bit more than films would. So that's what I think what will happen with Pip and Eros and the rest of them. And then our next post-credit scene. We got Kit Harington, aka the Black Knight, which another one of my negatives of the film was the lack of Kit Harington. I thought he was going to be a bigger role in this, but really he's just there to set up his character. And the post-credit scene sees him opening up a case with the ebony blade, and a blade that was made by Merlin that is cursed, and it it protects you, it gives you power, it makes him the Black Knight, but it also gives you like this bloodlust that makes you want to keep killing. And right before he touches it, you hear a voice saying, "Are you sure you're ready for this?" And that voice was Mahershala Ali, aka the Daywalker, Blade. So while we knew Blade was coming, we knew Mahershala Ali was playing him, it is now official, he's here. The Daywalker is here. What does that mean for the Black Knight? I don't know. I don't know the history of Blade and the Black Knight. Do they work together? Do they have history? My knowledge of Blade comes from Spider-Man as well as Wesley Snipes. So I don't know where we're going to go with this upcoming Blade. I don't know what we're going to do with the Black Knight, but I know I'm very excited about it. I like where we are going, which is why I had a more entertaining time in this movie, because I like the road we're on, the journey we're taking with the movie. While it may be a slow part of the journey, we're in the flatlands, we're in the plain land, so there's not a lot to see, but it's still a cool road trip. So that's why I still found it fun. That's why I still enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to more of these characters. So that's where I am on it. And as far as ranking, here we go. What's it going to be? Marvel Studios Eternals. Sit down. We watching. But what did you guys think? Did you guys love this movie? Did you guys, were you enthralled by it? I know there's a little bit of back and forth between the audience and the critics. So what line are you siding on? Are you liking the Eternals? Are you not liking it? What did you think about it? Get down, comment below, be positive even in your negativity. Even when you're talking about what you don't like, try and be positive, be polite with each other. Don't forget to check us out on all social media at The Grind Calls, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Get your pop culture positivity and celebrate the things that we love on thegrindcalls.com. I am your boy, B to the C from The Grind. And as always, we hear the grind's calling, and we